my friends who also watched the film. Like everyone came to school on the Tuesday after Memorial Day and like, hey, that Mario Brothers movie sucked. And here's the thing, also, like 2 weeks later, Jurassic Park came out, and ain't nobody was talking about Mario Brothers anymore.
Was there a 2-week difference?
It was like that's it. Like it was 93 was like a really good summer for movies, for kids who were preteens.
Immediately, we have to address like 1990 through 1993. A, some of the best music that was ever produced, and B, the most dinosaur-intensive cinematic period of all time. I think.
No, we loved our dinos back then.
It was so much Theodore Rex. We had this. Jurassic Park was 2 weeks later.
Yep. So somebody took some basic ideas of the Mario lore and threw it into a weird like what if we combined a beloved children's video game in which Italian plumbers visit a magical land of mushrooms and dinosaurs to rescue a princess. What if we combine that with Blade Runner? Somebody pitched that, and somebody said, "Here's money, go make it."
Millions of dollars.
And so that's what we got. The movie starts with, now I think they removed this from the Blu-ray version actually, but the movie on the earlier version has a weird animated thing. Did you see this of
yes.
What happened with the dinosaurs? Like it says Brooklyn 65 million years ago, and there's a narrator who we never hear from again.
No.
Who says back then the dinosaurs ruled the earth and nobody was around to give them any grief. Well, I mean, no humans were around at all, so that's right. Anyway, the dinosaurs, they ruled the earth, and then there was a meteorite.
This part was animated.
Yep. Yeah, this part was animated.
This wasn't an adequate swerve into what we were getting.
Yeah. But he goes, then there was a meteorite that came and hit, and boom, no more dinosaurs. But what if, and this is great, when you have to put in a weird narrator who does a but what if to describe the plot of your movie, just start over from scratch. If that's how it does, don't do that. But what if the dinosaurs didn't get killed? What if they were blasted into an alternate dimension where they evolved into fully evolved beings, but instead of monkeys as ancestors, they had lizards? What if that actually happened? And what if there was a way for them to merge the dimensions back together again? And what if that was the movie we made and you gotta watch it? Like,
this was absolutely done. I'm convinced they did the movie, realized it was terrible, and then they were like, we're going to create an animated intro where we describe the plot of the movie.
But it was also like animated like MS Paint. Like it was like not good animation. Like it wasn't like, like years before this, Land Before Time came out. That was animated dinosaurs. This looked like somebody did it on their Commodore 64.
Correct.
So,
which is now knowing Jurassic Park came out 2 weeks later is even all the more hilarious.
So funny.
Because what a groundbreaking movie.
By paying attention to the end credits, I found out the narrator of this little spot was the voice was provided by Dan Castellaneta, who is the voice of Homer Simpson. So, and this is 93. So he was like season 4 of The Simpsons, because that started in 1989, is some classic stuff. So he was already like an incredibly well-known on a hugely successful thing, but they never promote him as being a part of it because they did this thing after the fact and said, hey, let's find a good voiceover guy.
Because he issued a gag order and didn't want to be associated.
And they're like, I don't want to be heard. Like, actually, his name is misspelled with 2 T's instead of 1. Dan Castellaneta, TTA instead of 1 TA. And so maybe he said, let's put in 2 T's so nobody can Google my name and find this.
Yeah. Yep.
Google.
He knew in 5 years people were going to be
Google was coming in 1983. He knew Google was coming. But so then we see it says Brooklyn 65 million, Brooklyn 20 years ago, right? and there's a woman who's got a bassinet she's carrying with her little basket. She leaves it on the floor of on the stoop of a church, and runs away. And then she goes down into a sewer where she's goes off in this little offshoot tunnel of a major subway line, and there she is accosted by Dennis Hopper wearing a general's outfit. Like he is where he, if you watch he never again wears this. So they never specifically tell you what happens when King Koopa, also known as Bowser in the games, played by Dennis Hopper, Oscar winner Dennis Hopper. They never tell you exactly how, but we are supposed to, I think, piece together that he led a military coup against the rightful king of Mushroom Land, because he is wearing a full 4-star generals with all the little patches on the thing, and he accosts this poor woman and drags her back to their dimension. And
I do have to clarify up front, from my viewing experience, this is not widely accessible, and so
no.
I watched it in a way that is best accomplished with the VPN. When I tell you that I thought somebody had because this was not a link. This was not. I wasn't going to Tubi for this.
No.
I was like, is this a joke? Is this not the movie that I signed up to watch? When I saw a dinosaur intro, I was like, it says Super Mario Brothers movie. And then this intro, I was like, I'm still not convinced this is I understand the sewer. I'm still not convinced that I'm actually watching the movie. If you go to a movie and you are like, am I in the right theater? Yeah, it was that as a viewing experience at home, because in no way did what they set up pertain to Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
RESPECT. Click the subscribe button and find out what it means to me. Nah, that doesn't have a ring to it. But if you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.